Sorry, fans. That one is on me. We are live now. A throw over to first, not in time. Runners on the corners, there are 2 out. Amazing what happens when yours truly forgets to hit the final button to make the live stream active. So this one's on me. It is my fault. But nonetheless, Aaron Kidd at the plate for the Rough Riders. Aaron Kidd in the 5-hole. Emerson Lott on the mound for your Dodge City A's, and that pitch in for strike number 1. Cannon Frost with a leadoff walk got on. Wes Miller in the 2-hole popped out to shortstop. Gabe Dalton came up and then hit a line drive into right field. A throwing error by the catcher allowed Cannon Frost over to third. And then the strikeout of Muley gets us to the 2-out, 2-on scenario that we are in now. And Aaron Kidd with a 1-1 count sends that one out into center field. Grant Weiserman's tracking that one. He's got it. That will end the inning as we're headed into the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for both teams. So the starting lineup, very similar to what it was last night for the Colorado Rough Riders. Leading off, it is the DH number 18, Cannon Frost. Batting second, the third baseman, number 1, Wes Miller. Batting third, number 8, Gabe Dalton. He is the shortstop tonight. Batting fourth in cleanup, it is number 11, Max Muley, moving up 1 spot from last night. He is the first baseman. Batting fifth, it is the right fielder, number 23, Aaron Kidd. Batting sixth, it is number 14, Connor Griffin in left field. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 6, Will Gisriel. Batting eighth, that is the center fielder, number 9, Marco Paluzzi. And rounding out the lineup for the Rough Riders, it is the second baseman, number 17, Ethan Quinn. Sam Fisher gets the start on the mound tonight for the Colorado Rough Riders. The starting lineup for the Dodge City A's looks like this. Leading off in right field, number 33, Nyan Hayes. Batting second in center field, number 17, Grant Weisermans. Batting third is the DH, number 28, Tyler McAvoy. Batting cleanup in left field, number 7, Nate Murphy. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 24, C.D. Sharples. Batting sixth, catcher, number 16, Isaiah Velasco. Batting seventh, it is the shortstop, number 9, Zach Mora. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 6, Eric Mendoza. And rounding out the lineup for the Dodge City A's, it is the second baseman, number 25, Shannon Martin. Emerson Lott got the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. Lott, of course, playing his freshman season at National Park College this past year. He comes from North Richland, Texas. So that is the starting lineups for both teams. The Colorado Rough Riders strand 2 in the top of the first. And we are headed into the bottom of the first inning. It is Nyan Hayes due up for your Dodge City A's. And we are set to go to work. Hayes did not play in last night's game, but did get a courtesy running opportunity for the catcher last night. The courtesy runner, a rule that is played with in the Rocky Mountain League. If the catcher is on base, then the dugout can use a courtesy runner, as Nyan Hayes sends that one out into center field, and it drops down, and a leadoff single. Marco Paluzzi ranging in hard on that one, but it will fall in for a leadoff hit, and the A's in business. So that will bring in Grant Weisermans. Weisermans played in last night's game. He hit in the 2-hole. Grant last night led off the game with a 2-run home run. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Sam Fisher, the 6'3", 240-pound right-handed pitcher, throws in, and that pitch misses inside. That will even the count at 1 apiece to Weisermans. Take a look at the defensive alignment for the Rough Riders. From left to right in the outfield, it is Connor Griffin, Marco Paluzzi, and Aaron Kidd. From third to first across the infield, Wes Miller, Gabe Dalton, Ethan Quinn, and Max Muley. That pitch fouled off. It will fall out of play, and Weiserman's falls down in the count 1-2. Sam Fisher on the mound for the Rough Riders, and Will Gisrill behind the plate, the battery mate for the Rough Riders tonight. Throw over to first, not in time. There is some speed on the base paths tonight already for the Dodge City A's, as Nyan Hayes, one of those speedier individuals that can run. 1-2 pitch comes well inside. Fastball that was up to down and or in the middle of the zone enough, but it was far inside. Got Weiserman's scooting back. So part of what I talked about in the beginning of the broadcast is that pitch gets down in front of Will Gisrill. He blocks it, but rolls up the baseline a little bit, and Nyan Hayes in with the stolen base. So the count runs full on Weiserman. Payoff pitch coming from Fisher. He takes a look back at second. And Grant gets caught looking. An unfortunate series of circumstances as Grant Weiserman goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That brings in Tyler McAvoy. Tyler, of course, served as the catcher last night. Hit in the 4-hole tonight. The DH hitting in the 3-hole. That pitch, a wild one, bounces in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Gisrill, but rolls towards the first base dugout, and Nyan Hayes over to third now. The 1-0 pitch coming from Fisher, right down the zone, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Tyler last night goes 1 for 2 with a walk. His hit was a stand-up double that led off the 6th inning for the Dodge City A's. That pitch missing, the count runs to 2-1. So the A's starting to find their identity a little bit, still working through some things, figuring out how some of these guys are going to fit in the lineup, as McAvoy offers up at that one, but called strike anyway. And that will even the count at 2 apiece. So the A's with their white pants, yellow tops, green letters and numerals. And then the Rough Riders counter with white pants. McAvoy will swing and miss, and now 2 away. So the Rough Riders counter with white pants, green socks, their black top. On the front, there is a white stripe that says Rough Riders with their green numeral, the white stripe bordered in green as well. Rough Riders in white across the back, outlined in green, and then green numeral outlined in gray. The first pitch in to Nate Murphy for strike number 1. Runner on third with 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Pitch misses low, evens a count at 1 apiece. The A's struck early last night, taking a 3-run lead into the 2nd inning. Before the Rough Riders would break through with a solo shot home run, that one coming by Cannon Frost. He hit 2 last night, his first in the top leadoff position in the 3rd inning. 1-2 the count on Murphy. Takes that one. It's a pop-up. And fielded by the third baseman, Max Muley, in foul territory. That will end the inning as Murphy pops up in foul territory. We're headed to the top of the second, a 0-0 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.
Each team.
Welcome back into Cavalier Field. Justin Hergert alongside. I am joined in by pitcher Matthew Chavez. Welcome in.
Thank you, man. Thank you. First time in the booth.
Great to have you up here. It's always fun. Part of what we do and making things like this possible is we get our players to help out. We were hoping to have an intern, but just didn't happen this year.
I mean, it's better to have one of us, up here, knows the game, plays the game, is about the game.
Exactly. It helps out quite a bit because you guys can offer some insight and tell us, these are some of the things that are going on, or be able to tell, why didn't we do this, or why did we do this way. You can offer that kind of insight. So it adds information to the game and really gives you guys opportunity to see the back end of things as well.
Mm-hmm. Also understanding the approach when a batter gets up there and he needs to know what he has to do, what's going on in his mind. Knowing all that means a lot, especially as a viewer.
Exactly. Connor Griffin leads off the top of the second for the Rough Riders, a 2-1 count. As Emerson Lott out for his second inning of work and takes that pitch inside for ball number 3. Griffin in last night's game hit in the 8 hole, moving up to the 6th spot tonight. That
leadoff
pitch
walks always hurt. They somehow always find a way to come back around.
That leadoff walk, for some reason, and you couldn't have said it any better right there, usually comes back to haunt people in some way, shape, or form. So Will Gisreel will step in. Gisreel did not play in last night's game. He is the catcher tonight for the Rough Riders. So the Rough Riders stranded 2 in the top of the first. Took until the third before they broke through on their scoring opportunities last night. That pitch missing.
I don't know where.
A little bit inside, maybe. I mean, you might have been able to slide a paper through there.
I don't know, man.
And the hard part is we sit at an elevated position here. So we don't necessarily have the greatest of view. It's a good view from where we are. But sometimes can't always tell things. As that throw down to second gets away from both people covering the bag.
And I believe that was a ball inside, too.
Connor Griffin now in scoring position after stealing second.
Them leadoff walks, man, they hurt. They hurt.
That
I know a lot
leadoff.
about that.
Uh-huh. And really, outside of 2 big innings last night, things weren't terrible for the A's, but the Rough Riders scoring 9 in the 6th and 5 in the 7th.
Oh, yeah, the wind was howling yesterday. Any ball in the air had a potential of going out. Outfielders dancing out there because they don't even know where the ball's going.
Yeah.
It was a tough time out there, and the sky was all dark. Baseball's blended in, hard to see off the bat. Just an overall, just not a fun time out there in the field.
Indeed. That pitch called strike on the outer edge, and the wind blowing again tonight. It's more of an easterly wind tonight. Last night it was pretty much straight out of the south. And anything, as you alluded to, anything that is hit in the air here at Cavalier Field when the wind's blowing like that has a ease of going out as that pitch misses outside, and back-to-back walks put runners on, and we'll see who the Rough Riders elect to put on as the courtesy runner.
Velasco out there, try to calm him down, reset him.
This is the first start for Emerson Lott, first action that he's actually seen in a game. So Marco Paluzzi steps in.
Sporting the pink bat. Gets the bunt down. Let's see.
Shannon Martin going over and winning that foot race.
See, that's a team AB right there, giving up yourself. So you guys put runners in scoring position.
Sacrifice bunt.
That's only the first out of the inning, too. So
Ian Baldwin, the courtesy runner for the Rough Riders. And the first pitch in to Ethan Quinn, missing for ball number 1. Quinn in last night's game, he hit in the 8 hole. Actually, I stand corrected. He was in the 9 hole, the second baseman as well last night for the Rough Riders. And after striking out in his first at bat, he was a thorn in the A's side as he would go single, fielder's choice, single, and fielder's choice for the next 4 at bats.
Yeah, fielder's choice are not fun. You know, thinking you got an out, thinking you get it, and then next thing you know, there's a man standing at first base.
Two and 1 the count on Ethan Quinn as the Rough Riders working their first trip through the batting order. 1 away with 2 on, and that one a soft chopper will be taken by Mora. Throw to first.
Beautiful
In
by Mora.
time. Mora showing his athleticism on that one as makes the throw to first. Trading out for a run. And that's those slow rollers or choppers are hard to get to sometimes.
Oh, yeah. But he showed off great athleticism and range getting to that ball. And making a strong, accurate throw, too, to get a speedy runner.
Indeed. So runner at third now, and that turns the lineup back over to Cannon Frost, who swings and misses on the first offering. He walked on back in the top of the first, drew the leadoff walk, and would ultimately be stranded at third.
Oof.
Swung on and missed again, and
Emerson's in the driver's seat right now. He can throw whatever he wants. He can throw his best pitch. It doesn't even have to be near the strike zone. He just has to make it look offerable to the hitter.
Indeed, and this is a lot of times, and correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew, a lot of times pitchers will tend to go away and see if they can get him fishing. Did try to go away there, but a little bit low.
Oh, yeah, because the further you can make a ball enticing, the easier it is for them to chop it or not hit it properly on the barrel.
Roll over.
Makes it a lot easier, gives your defense something to do. And sometimes you may get a swing and miss.
Indeed.
You don't want to just leave a ball over the heart of the plate, especially when you're ahead of the count in the driver's seat like this.
1-2, chopped foul, and we'll do the 1-2 over again. Lott looking in, has his sign and come set.
The 1-2 coming through.
That pitch misses high, and that will even the count at 2 apiece.
That's normally not a bad pitch, but you got to make it enticing to the batter. You want it up to where he can't get his hands up there, but you also want to make it, enticing to get a swing.
Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard.
Oh,
And that one comes in, gets away from the catcher. The throw not in time, and the wild pitch will score a run.
See, but that's also a problem that some pitchers get into, is that when they're ahead in the count, 0-2, 1-2, they get a little too fine with it. Next thing you know, you're 2-2. Next thing you know, you're 3-2, just like this. And now you pretty much have to give something that is right down the middle or, catches a lot of plate because you don't want to walk another batter.
The payoff pitch swung on. It'll be a drop strike 3. They throw down to first to complete the out. So that will end the inning. The Rough Riders score 2. We're headed to the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Going into the bottom of the second, the A's trail 2-0. It will be Sharples, Velasco, and Moore coming up this inning for the A's.
Ooh.
That pitch fouled off. Down in the count, 0-1 is Sharples.
I believe CD's also our only lefty in the lineup today, isn't he?
Correct, yes.
I know you gotta have those lefty-righty matchups, but we just don't have any lefties.
We don't have, we've only got one lefty pitcher as it is.
Well, we got a few two-ways like Jake at
True.
first base. He's also a two-way. He pitches. He might actually be pitching today, too.
Today could be one of those all-hands-on-deck kind of day.
Except for me. I'm in the booth.
You're up here with us.
I'm up here with
that's
you.
just perfectly fine. That pitch called strike, and down in the count, 1-2 is Sharples. The A's trying to get something going and trying to have selective amnesia, looking forward to their first conference win. The pitch misses outside and will even the count at 2 apiece.
You know, coming back off a loss like that is hard because you show up to the ballpark and you want to have fun, you want to enjoy the time, but in the back of your mind, that's still in there. You got to win. Like, you know, like you feel like you have to win, so you almost overthink it in a sense. You know, when you need to just set back down and play the game like you know how. You don't have to get too big. You don't have to tie up the game, win the game with a swing. You know, just get on base.
And that's part of it is sometimes you see these players who come up and you know beyond a doubt that they are swinging for the fences because they feel like they have to try to win a game. And games aren't necessarily always won that way. You can set back and just play station-to-station baseball and work yourself into things. I talked about it last night as Sharples will draw the walk.
See, that's a great leadoff batter. You know, we talked about those leadoff walks almost always come around to score. You know, if I was a betting man, I'd put that we're at least putting one up this inning.
Indeed, and that will bring in the catcher, Isaiah Velasco. So, as I was saying, I watched a game here. We were playing in conference, or not conference play. It was postseason. The Conquistadors hosted the Coffeyville Red Ravens. The higher seeds on each side, the 4 highest seeds got to host the 4 lower seeds from the opposite side of the state. Well, we hosted Coffeyville in the first round of playoffs. Conquistadors won Game 1, Coffeyville won Game 2, and forced Game 3. Game 3, the Conquistadors are down 11-6 in the 6th inning.
Oof.
And you start to think, you know, this game's not winnable. That gets into your mind, and all of a sudden the Conquistadors score 2 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th, and we head into the 9th with a tie ball game.
Oh yeah, you got to just chip away. You can't let them defeat you. You can't let the numbers on the scoreboard bring you down. You got to chip away one at a time. It always starts with one.
It starts with one. A 1-1 count on Velasco. As that one's inside, another errant pitch to throw to second to the third base side, and that will be a stolen base.
And leadoff walks, man, they kill you. Because then also, as a pitcher now, you got to make sure that you're around the zone. I mean, you always want to be around the zone, but you can't, you know, throw that strikeout pitch, that one that you almost like spike. Because next thing you know, you get a ball like that, and now you have a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
And that's part of the things here, especially with the turf at Cavalier. Sometimes that steal or running on that wild pitch.
Go 3. And just like that, that leadoff walk is on third base with nobody out. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. So you have to get a strike right here. And if you don't, guess what? Get to first base.
Yeah. You've got runners on the corners now with nobody out.
Isaiah is in the driver's seat right now. Just a team A-B, put the ball in play, get us a run.
The 3-1 delivery.
Just there it is right there. Puts the ball in play, and the shortstop biffs it.
An
right
error.
off the glove.
A costly error. So not only does that leadoff walk sting, that error stings even more now.
Remember what I told you if I was a betting man? We're putting one up.
Yeah.
Leadoff walk kill, man. You got to throw strikes.
Zach Moore at the plate now with a runner on first and nobody out. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Moore came in last night to replace Carson Johnson at the shortstop position.
You know, I always like the approach that Moore has. He's one of those guys that sees ball deep and drives it the other way. You know, we got to have that rather than, you know, spinning off the ball, trying to hit the ball 600 feet. Base hits always work. Zay at first not really known for his speed, so not getting too big over there at first.
I mean, Isaiah is a speedy guy, but when you look at catchers, you generally don't think of speed.
Oh, no, not in the slightest. They're usually big hulking tanks, but, you know.
I mean, Isaiah's not built like a stereotypical catcher, let's say.
No, not even close. I mean, that's why he transitioned to the outfield pretty well yesterday. And Mora is also in the driver's seat right now, 3-1. Got to get something good, and if not, take your base.
Yeah. And this is an opportunity where throughout the summer, guys will be able to set back and see multiple pitches and figure out, as they're coming at them, what do things look like, and can I afford to just leave the bat on my shoulders and make them throw strikes? And exactly what he did there was he made him throw a strike. Payoff pitch coming.
And with that, you also get the pitch count up, too.
Mm-hmm.
The higher the pitches, the sooner you get to the bullpen, the better. And just like that, ball four, first and second, nobody out. It's looking to be a good inning.
2 runners on, one has already scored, nobody out, and that brings in Eric Mendoza.
Hometown hero, Eric Mendoza. He's born and raised in Dodge.
So
Can he pull through for his city? We'll see.
His teammate
Remington
came through big the other night at Hayes, his first collegiate at bat, and
a little bloop over the first baseman never hurt.
A 2-run,
Great heads-up base running ball in the dirt by Isaiah Velasquez. Mora did not see it, didn't get a jump, but that's perfectly fine. We still got him at the corners with no.
Well, and even the catcher Gisrel was confused as to where that was, which it was actually right underneath his feet.
Yeah, from the dugout and on the mound, you got to be screaming feet. Got to let them know. You can't have your catcher out there.
And that's where your dugout has to be behind you. Granted, a thin dugout. The Rough Riders coming out here with only 24 players on the roster. As that pitch called strike.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Mora go. Mora's got some speed on him, and you want to stay out of the double play. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the next pitch or two. Neither would they. That's why they're picking off.
Fisher very well aware of that, and rightfully so. The A's, not a speedy team, haven't run a lot here in the early season. They have the ability to run.
There he goes. On cue. He missed the tag.
Oh, got the tag.
I don't know about that one, Blue. I'd call New York if I could. I mean, yeah, those hurt. You set up first and third, nobody out. Now you still have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Still put a ball in play, get a job done. You don't have to, you don't have to do it all yourself. Ooh. And just like that, an inning could turn to nothing.
Uh-huh.
Baseball is one of those games where you can go 100 miles an hour and then you can just hit a wall. We seem to have just
similar to what happened last night.
Yeah.
For those of you that are following along that may not have watched last night, the A's dropped that one 21-5.
Yeah, it was not our brightest moment. It kind of felt bad for the city. You know what I mean? We came out here for the city to have a great time, win, and support us, and that hurts as a ball player.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with how much these fans love us. They see us. They talk to us a lot. You know what I mean? Like, we're almost like mini celebrities out here, and to have a loss that bad, it hurts, man. It hurts.
1-1 the count on Shannon Martin. That pitch coming outside and gets the catcher Gisrel out of his stance.
2-1. Expect the pitch close. Driven to center field. Taking the center fielder back, and the wind kills it. And we'll be back for the top of the third.
You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field, Game 5 of the season. The A's trailing 2-1, and as we talked earlier, that leadoff walk haunting both teams in that inning as the Rough Riders scored 2 and the A's answered back.
You know, as I'm saying, it always starts with one. It's the most crucial out. You got to get that leadoff batter out. You got to get him out. You got to do something to get him. Let's see if Emerson could change it around right here, get a leadoff out.
For the 7 innings last night, the leadoff batter for the Rough Riders was out. Emerson Lott, still on the mound for the Dodge City A's, has thrown 39 pitches so far in this game. 18 have been for strikes as that one misses low and the count moves to 2-0. No work in either bullpen at this point.
Oof,
that one misses outside and 3-0.
You know, you never want to just pipe a fastball, give him middle, but there's, 3-0 to start the inning. You got to just give him something. Let him put a ball in play. Let him get himself out. It's a wood bat league. And we got 4 straight. Leadoff walk. Let's see.
And that's something else. You bring up a good point. So many of these athletes come in to summer ball used to playing with metal bats at the collegiate level, and they come to the league, and now we're playing with wood bats in this league.
Oh, yeah, the pop is completely different. One ball that you think you actually tattooed it is a can of corn out there in left field.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Gabe Dalton at the plate for the Rough Riders, singled his last time up.
And in the game of baseball, you're amazing if you hit 300. That means you're getting out 70% of the time. Let them hit something. If they hit it, they hit it. Oh well. I'd rather have them hit it than walk the carousel.
Walks have been a bit of an issue for the A's pitching staff early in this season.
Yeah, me included. I had 3 straight walks yesterday.
It's not just you. The pitching staff, and there again, I say it over and over. We're early in the season. Guys are still figuring things out. That
one's a high, but didn't travel that far. It's a wood bat. Attaboy, throw it down the middle. See how far they can hit it.
And it's not deep enough to allow it to be a sac fly. Wes Miller stays at first, and that will bring in Max Muley. Muley 0 for 1 went down swinging his last time up.
And the lights are coming on.
Lights come on as there are some clouds starting to filter in.
And if you look at the flag out in center field, the wind is blowing pretty good out to left. Can't really tell if it's blowing in or out or maybe just straight to left.
It's blowing from right to left across the field. It's an east-southeast kind of wind.
It's going to be tough for the outfielders over there. Every ball in the air just starts dancing. Oof, got to have that one, Blue.
1-0 the count. Some thunderstorms slated to possibly come through the area later on. Currently 87. Made it up to 92 earlier today here in Dodge City.
Pick off? No. Little man does look like he'd probably steal over there at first base. That's a good decision. You always got to keep the runner honest. We've also had a problem of not slide stepping. A lot of our guys have been picking their legs up, and they just run on us all day. You got to slide step. You got to vary up your looks. You got to pick off a few times.
Pitch misses outside. 2-0 the count on Muley.
Ooh, ball just low. We got a 3-0. You know, you got one out. You got a runner at first. Throw it down the middle. See if he hits in a double play, but can't give up free 90s. Free 90s hurt.
Three-zero count on Muley.
This guy's not. I don't think he's taking the bat off his shoulder. He's going to make him throw a strike.
And you have to at this point. You know that being around the strike zone as that one bounces into the opposite batter's box. And,
you know, always, like I said, it starts with one. The great thing about having one out and you have a runner at first, you're always just one pitch away. You know, you're one hard ground ball away from getting out of the inning. So, you know, every inning could be stifled. You can hit the wall real quick. Just get a ground ball.
Aaron Kidd stepping in. He went down on a fly out his last time up. Runners on first and second. The first pitch swung on and missed, and
it starts with one.
Getting ahead in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. A high pop-up. It's going to stay in the field of play.
That ball's dancing out there.
The left fielder, Nate Murphy, coming over and taking it in foul territory and trying to double off Wes Miller. A good throw by Nate Murphy. Just rolled over to first base. But there it is, out number 2.
When you throw strikes, good things happen.
Nate Murphy covered a lot of ground to get to that one, especially since it was in foul territory.
And with the way the wind was, pushing that even further foul, that was great athleticism from him to run all the way down and get that thing. And to make a strong throw to second base to try to double up the runner.
Connor Griffin at the plate takes the ball over his head. One-0 delivery. Curveball left high again, and behind in the count 2-0 is Lott.
What that happens is you're just not finishing your pitch. You're releasing it too high. You don't put enough, you got to throw it hard like you throw every pitch. You got to throw it like a fastball. You got to go as hard as you can. Just like that. Good slider down.
And that's something that assistant coach Chris Isaac has done a really good job at working with the pitchers, helping them understand some of the mechanics and getting them to sharpen their skills as they get into the season.
Great jump by the guy at third. Hosed by about 1.5 miles at second base.
Yep. So
great throw by Mr. Isaiah Velasco.
The at-bat ends with a tag out at third. Muley caught stealing. We're headed to the bottom of the third. It will be the top of the order. Hayes, Weisermans, and McAvoy due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. Nyan Hayes leads off. He went singled his last time up. Hayes steps in. He has no batting average on the season at this point. It's just early, just game 5. And I believe, if I've counted right, a 38-game slate for the season.
Oh, yeah, there's a decent amount of there. In 2 months, kind of packed. We only have, I think, one singular 3-day stretch where we're off, and then we're heading to Colorado, heading to Nebraska. We'll be traveling, but, we know what we signed up for. We want to come out here, want to play, and we got to do what we got to do.
Indeed. The 1-1 count on Hayes. And we talked about it. The first thing that we do in the season, the guys always report a couple of days early so that they can get some practices in.
Also get acclimated with the city, the town,
yep.
See where everything is, see where the good food spots are. Because, if you're someone like me, I'm from Los Angeles.
Yep.
So I've never even heard of a Freddy's. I didn't know that was a thing.
Really?
Never heard of it. And took you to go get Freddy's, go get a milkshake, and guess what? They were out of vanilla.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so couldn't even get what I wanted. I got some fries. Shoestring fries are pretty good.
Those are some pretty good fries.
Although I will say, the fry sauce, you guys are gonna hate me for this. I didn't like it.
Really?
I'm a ketchup man.
Okay.
Ketchup all day.
So we're gonna allude to it. The hot dog ketchup and mustard race. Are you going for ketchup then?
Oh, always. Ketchup goes on a hot dog. Mustard doesn't. Do I look like I'm from Chicago? Of course not.
Well, hot dog leads that series 2-1 over mustard. Ketchup yet to score.
Ketchup had it yesterday, but he pulled a hammy coming around home plate. You know
he
what
did.
I mean? So, when you have grown men out there going as fast as they can, reliving their youth, accidents happen.
2-2 the count on Nyan Hayes.
Shorten up, just get a base hit. Don't got to swing out of your,
Oh!
Rub some turf on it. You'll be good, big dog.
That is not going to feel good in the morning as Nyan Hayes plunked in the helmet.
Man, have you seen Nyan? He may be small, but there's a lot of muscle on that. That didn't hurt him. That's a grown man right there. That didn't hurt.
Well, and you talked about it. We talked about the free base, the leadoff walk in the last inning. Another free pass issued here. Nobody out and one on.
If I'm a betting man, I'd put my dollar, because that's all I got, on scoring this inning.
And steps Grant Weiserman's. He went down looking his last time up. Grant batting .357 on the season. Hayes goes a throw to second to the third base side and holding an extended tag down to make sure that.
Man, he runs just like Willie Mays Hayes out from Major League. That was a fast man out there on second base. And just like that, leadoff walk, one pitch later, now you got a runner in scoring position with nobody out, and you have Grant up there who's been tearing it up. He's going for third.
There it goes.
And he's got it. 2 for 2.
And there wasn't even a throw on that one. Not even a throw.
And you got Grant in the driver's seat right now, 2-0.
Uh-huh.
All he's got to do is put a ball in play, and guess what? We're tied.
And Grant, he's been tearing it up this season, as you said.
He's already got 2 bombs. He hits baseballs hard. Even when he gets out, he hits baseballs hard. Just like that. That's a hard-hit ground ball. It's an out, but guess what? That's a job. That's a team AB. That's putting it above yourself. That's a great job.
An RBI ground out to the shortstop.
So I'll get my dollar back because I bet on the leadoff walk coming around.
So the A's have tied it up at 2 apiece, and in steps Tyler McAvoy. He went down swinging his last time up. Tyler batting .375 here in the early season.
Also had a bomb, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's only, I believe he's only 18. He's a kid, but, man, he's got some strength on him. He's a big dude. See, that's the catcher you think about, the big bruisers.
Tyler's going to be a fun one to watch this season as he further develops, and especially as he settles into swinging a wood bat, as that one's fouled off and evens a count at 1 apiece. And if you look back, the A's have a storied tradition, even though this version of the A's has only been around since 2007.
We've only been around since 2007?
this current ownership of this team has only been around since 2007.
Didn't know
There was a previous A's organization that was back in the 70s and 80s, that era, but fell out of existence for a while as that pitch has fouled off. But you look back, and there have been some players that have come through this organization. One of the Kane brothers actually playing in the MLB, I believe.
Yeah, he's in the White Sox organization. He was an Oregon State Beaver and got picked up out of there, and he also came here. And I didn't know that until I saw one of the people wearing a shirt from Santa Clarita, which is where I'm from. And I said, whoa, where'd you get that from? And she told me she hosted one of my former teammates.
Yep. Tyler McAvoy caught looking. He goes down on strikes, and in steps Nate Murphy, who flew out his last time up.
Little fun fact about Nate Murphy. If you look at his bat is named Murph's Big Stick.
Really?
Yep, had it engraved.
Nate Murphy batting .333. So he takes the first pitch for ball number 1. So as we were saying, we talked about, one of the Kane brothers, Tim Anderson, played for the Dodge City A's.
I did hear about that as well.
And there have been a host of other players that have come through this organization and have played summer ball.
Well, yeah, because you got to want it. You come out here because you want to play the game. You're serious about the game. You don't come out here, you obviously want to have fun, but you also want to take it serious. You don't want to come out here just to, not do your job, not get better. You come out here to get better and have fun. And, we're doing a good job of that. We're still having fun. We're still, getting better every day.
Indeed. Swung on and missed. The count runs 2-1 for Nate Murphy. And Nate, one of those guys that I got to talk with his grandfather, who's been here since Nate reported. Played on a high school team that went to the championship.
That's going to be a double. Get on to Murph. Look at that hair flowing while he runs. And a slide for good measure.
The extra bases hit racking up for the Dodge City A's this year already. So Nate Murphy in with the double. I would call it clearly could have been a stand-up double.
Oh, definitely could have been, but sometimes you need a little dirt.
Sometimes you got to rub a little turf on it.
Got a little turf because, we don't do dirt out here.
C.D. Sharple steps in. He walked on his last time up. Batting .286 on the season for the A's. A long look back at second does Fisher. Throws in the first pitch, catching the outer edge of the zone for strike 1.
If you look at the third baseman for the Rough Riders, that man is tippy-toeing in. He wants some action. Look at him. Let's see if he does it again, this pitch.
Well, and then you had Eric Mendoza that played the hot corner the other night. That pitch is fouled off, and
every fielder's got their own prep step, their thing that they do. You know what I mean? So anything to keep you in a good position to field the ball when it comes at you.
Indeed.
Because if you're not ready, the baseball gods will punish you. They'll hit it right at you. 0-2 on CD Daniels. Oh, get up the middle.
It's up the middle, fielded by the second baseman. The throw not in time, and that will put runners on the corners.
And that's why you always give a hard 90. Even if you don't hit the ball as hard as you can, you always give a hard 90 because you never know.
And there again, you talk about guys that can run. For a taller, bigger guy, CD's got some speed.
He's bigger, but he ain't that tall.
True.
He's probably pushing about 5'11" on a good day.
Easy now.
Nah, yeah. Even if you're a big dude or a slow dude or someone that's really fast, you always got to give it your all because you never know. Look at that. He extends the inning, makes the pitcher pitch more pitches. We got runners at first and third.
Runners on the corners with 2 away, and in steps Isaiah Velasco. He got on an error his last time up. Takes first pitch he sees outside for ball number 1. Velasco batting .286.
Velasco is one of those guys that is way better with 2 strikes. He swings really hard the first 2 strikes. And then when he shortens up, there was one at Hayes. He shortened up, took a pitch on the outside corner, and almost drove it out the other way. Short and sweet. Sometimes you got to just not let the moment get too big and just play your game.
And he's one of those that is just a few tools away from putting everything together and having what could be a big breakout season.
Well, I mean, he's a Division I catcher. He plays catcher at Berkeley.
Cal Berkeley.
At
Yep.
Berkeley, yeah. So, I mean, you don't get there by being not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't get to play at that level by being mediocre.
Yeah, you got to do good. And at his junior college in Glendale, he was amazing. You know, I played against him, and dang good catcher.
Pitch off the outside edge. A count runs to 2-1. The A's have scored in the last 2 innings to tie this one up at 2 apiece. The A's with 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. The Rough Riders with 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error themselves.
And if you look at all the traffic on the bases and how much has been going on, and you look at the hits, so, you know, those walks, they come back. They always do. We let off this inning with a walk.
Uh-huh. Pitch is fouled off and deuces wild across the scoreboard.
2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Great eye, great take, and great take of the base by CD. Being heads up on that ball in the dirt really helps. You know, getting into scoring position, getting out of a double play. You know, that's always good to be aware of that. And our guys have been doing a great job of that. Anytime there's a ball in the dirt, our guys are going.
Yeah, and I don't want to minimize the catcher for the Colorado Rough Riders, Will Gisrell, doing just a good job at doing everything that he can to keep balls in front of him.
He wore that one off pretty good.
That one probably went in an area that doesn't feel very good at all.
Oh, yeah, and the guy that's standing at home plate right now hitting, he understands that as a catcher himself.
Uh-huh.
You can see them smiling at each other. They understand.
they know. They feel the pain. They know what's going on.
They say, I understand. I get what you're talking about. But my guy throws 95.
But I got a pitcher. Payoff pitch coming from Fisher. Has his
Keep
sign.
it short and simple.
Oh,
Ooh.
misses. So
That
that will
is-
load the bases.
That's about as close as they come. That's a big league take right there. Just letting you know, I'm probably
And
swinging.
there again, that is the patience of somebody who realizes the situation that they're in and knowing that, I'm going to take this one.
You know, those extra 8 pitches we just gave that pitcher and a great base load opportunity doesn't happen unless CD sprints out that hard 90.
Exactly.
It's a butterfly effect. Everybody works hard, everybody plays hard, and then next thing you know, you have bases loaded. You know what I mean? It's always a team effort. Yeah, you're individually doing the work, but it's a team effort. You know, without those hard 90s, without Nyan stealing those bases, without him having a great eye, you know, everything means so much, especially when you look at the fine details of the game. And that's where games are won in the details. Another ball down in the dirt. Great stop by the catcher.
1-1 the count. Bases loaded. Zach Mora up for the Dodge City A's. Walked on his last time. Batting .222.
Oh, yeah, you got to be ready to hit in this. You got bases loaded. There's nowhere to put him. You
Exactly.
got to throw a strike. Just as he does, and jumps up. Still a good piece.
Thievery of a run and a base hit by the second baseman, Ethan Quinn. That will end the inning. The A's leave them loaded. We're headed to the top of the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome in to Cavalier Field. We're set to go back to work in the top of the fourth. It is a 2-2 ball game. Connor Griffin steps in as he walked on his last time up. Griffin, Gisrill, and Paluzzi do up for the Rough Riders in this inning. Emerson Lott still on the mound for your Dodge City A's as the first pitch in to Griffin for strike number 1. 0-1 delivery from Lott. Swung on and missed. Quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Griffin. Lott has his sign and comes set. Delivers. It's chopped foul, and we'll do the 0-2 over again. 0-2 delivery. Emerson Lott with 58 pitches so far in this ball game. That pitch misses low.
That's still a great pitch, though, off the black like that. That's a great pitch. Almost got him fishing. Almost
got him fishing. He checked his swing, and they appeal down. They say no. Count moves to 1-2. I about bet if Lott could move that pitch in another 3 inches, he could get him to fish on it.
But you can't nibble. Don't nibble. Go after him. Attaboy.
There you go.
That's going after him. See, that pitch might have been low, but it was over the middle of the plate, and it was enticing. That's what you got to have. You can't play with your food. Sometimes you just got to go after it and eat.
So Griffin goes down on strikes, and that will bring in the catcher, Will Gisrill. He walked on his last time up.
I bet he's hoping for another one. That man was working behind the plate. He's been putting in some work.
This is a man right here at the plate that is hoping that this inning goes for a while because he doesn't want to go back behind home plate anytime soon.
The ambulance might have to turn around and get him if he has to run.
1-0 delivery. Right on the inside edge, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. Just like that, Isaiah Velasco blocking one, keeping that one in the opposite batter's box ahead of him. 2-1 the count on the catcher Gisrill.
You know, he has nobody on, and, you know, he's still blocking. It still looks really good, you know, blocking, doing your job, getting over there, keeps the game flowing. It's always good to have a catcher that doesn't mind putting his body on the line, even if there's no one on base and there's no repercussions for it. It's one of those big leader things. Isaiah's big leader guy. He talks to anybody on the team. He's a great leader. He talks to everybody. He commands the field really well. He's one of those guys that was born and bred to be a catcher. You know, he's a leader. It's who he is.
2-2 the count on the catcher Gisrill. Watt with his sign and delivers outside, and that will run the count full. Payoff pitch coming. Watt with his right foot on the first base side of the rubber. The payoff pitch misses inside, and that'll put a runner on, but it's not a leadoff walk.
And that's great because, like I said, it starts with one. Hits a hard ground ball. Next thing you know, you're out of the inning. You're always one pitch away because it starts with one, and it also ends with one. You're one pitch away at all times when you have a runner on first. And 1 out, obviously.
Baldwin, the courtesy runner for the Rough Riders.
Courtesy runners, you always know they're going to get going. I mean, he even has the oven mitt on. Got to keep this man honest. Just like that. Good job, Emerson.
Paluzzi steps up, hit a sack bunt his last time up, and there is that bright pink bat again.
Reminds me of Vassal's bright pink first baseman's glove, the other first baseman. Good hold. That's a great hold. As you saw, the runner started jab stepping in there, but since he's still holding there, you know, You can't do it. You don't get a good jump. Once you vary up your timing like that, that's how you keep base runners honest. It's not always about the picks. It's about your timing. It's about whether you slide step, pick the foot up. There's so many little minute details that go into holding a base runner honest.
And that's what you can see. He's looking over. He's watching Watt's feet. He's watching, trying to figure out a way to time it up. He wants to run. He's been looking for those opportunities, but hasn't presented itself yet.
Especially when your job on the day is courtesy runner. Oh, yeah, you want to get as much action as you can. You want to prove your worth. See, look at him. He's dancing over there at first base, but Lott with a great hold and great pitch.
Paluzzi doesn't necessarily bring the bat off of his shoulders, but goes around enough to be called strike. Evens a count at 1 apiece.
Great block by Isaiah. So that's a man that puts in the work behind the plate. You know, as a pitcher, when you have somebody that's behind the plate, that's a brick wall. You have so much more confidence when, you know, maybe you don't have to throw that pitch that's black on black. You know, you could throw one away and know that it's going to be in front of your catcher and he's going to have your back.
Time called by Paluzzi. And that's part of what the A's are still trying to figure out is who works with who the best. What catchers work in what series with the pitchers as well. 2-1 pitch delivered in the turf.
And another great block by Zay.
No work in either bullpen.
Oh, yeah, they're letting these boys go. It's only the 4th inning. You came out here to pitch. Guess what you going to do? You going to pitch.
Well, and this might be the farthest. Actually, it is the farthest that we've ever let a starting pitcher go this season.
Feet. Oof.
None of our starting pitchers have ever made it past 3 innings, and here we are in the 4th with 2 on and 1 away.
So you ever heard of the commentator, you know, Jinx?
Mm-hmm.
Look down the left field line. We got action in the pen. And Coach Spear out there, a spry 22-year-old walking super, super slow to give, I believe that is Jake Vassell out there. He's a first baseman. He actually hit a double yesterday off of the wall. And he's a lefty. He's throwing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Spear right there talking. You know what he's talking about right now?
Probably nothing.
Nothing. He's wasting time.
Right now, I can guarantee you dollars to dimes that this mound visit right now is purely about giving Jake time to start getting warmed up.
100%. I mean, you saw the slow stroll out there. I mean, the only baseball thing he probably looked at him and says, hey, dude, you ever heard of a strike? You should probably throw one of those. That's what he asked. That's what he told me yesterday. And he goes, hey, you know the catcher's chest? You want to just throw it there? And I was like, you know what, man? I should probably try that. And then I did. But, you know, the thought was there. The thought was there. See, but like I said, we got the first runner out. You're still 1 pitch away. You know, you got a lefty right here, rips it over to CD. CD's an amazing fielder, too. Got a great glove on him. All of our guys are great fielders. All of our guys are great dudes.
CD has already shown the ability to stretch out and pick a few and be able to get outs that might not necessarily always be an out.
You know, he's always putting out the fire. If you look at that man, he looks like a fireman. You know, I mean, he's got the stash. He's got everything.
Maybe he should play for the Firemen.
We have a team out there called the Firemen?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You watch Banana Bowl?
No, I have not. Actually, not too big on the Savannah Bananas. They're cool. I watch them on, like, Instagram or whatever, but I don't watch no games about them, you know.
So they have a new team this year, the Firemen.
Oh, he would definitely he would just walk on there and get accepted onto the team. No baseball ability needed.
1-0 delivery. Bounced in the turf again, and
I know I keep on harping on it, but the catcher that's there, that is your brick wall, like, he is your backbone. And he is working. He has spiked so many pitches, and Zay's got down there and warned them all.
Exactly.
You know? Having that just makes you feel so much better as a pitcher.
Mm-hmm. .2-0 delivery comes inside. It's 3-0. And there again, Isaiah Velasco well out of his stance to keep that one ahead of him. And I would about bet that should Ethan Quinn get on, that might be the end of the night.
If I was a betting man, I had my dollar, I'd put my dollar on it too. Let's see.
There's the walk. Bases loaded. Here comes head coach Dakota Young, and that will be the end of the night for Emerson Lott. Jake Vassell will take over the mound for the Dodge City A's. So we'll tell you about it when we return. After this mound visit is complete, you've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as we go back to work, and a few rain showers starting to move through the area.
And this is Jake Vassell, his first pitching appearance. What a time to come in. Bases loaded, one person out. What a great time to show what you got.
And Cannon Frost at bat, the thorn in the A's side yesterday. First pitch in for ball number 1.
Attaboy, Jake.
Getting the strike call, evening the count at 1 apiece.
I love that. See how he just hops right back up on the mound wanting to throw? Love that. Love having pace.
I love those pitchers that get on and want to move and get things going early. The sacrifice fly.
Oh, he's tagging. No,
Tags
he's not
up.
tagging. Oh, back picked him at second. Oh.
The throwing error.
And they had him at second base, too. Hey, well, you got to look at the bright side. We did get one out. You know, we may have lost the lead, but we did get an out. Jake came in, threw some strikes, and that's all you can ask for him. You know, normally I'd be yelling, attaboy, Jake, way to do a job, but I don't feel like I can do that right now. Hey, well, you got 2 outs. Just throw some more strikes and get out of it. 1 run. I mean, you had to score anyway to win, right?
Exactly. So that puts runners on the corners with 2 away. Wes Miller steps in. The A's trailing this one 3-2. Pitch called.
That's how you come back from that. Your teammates kind of let you down with an error. Guess what? You go in there, you fire another strike. You let them know, hey, next one's coming to you.
Chopper to third, throw to first.
Got a bag.
Eric Mendoza with the cannon arm again throws out the speedy Wes Miller, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. It will be Mendoza, Martin, and Hayes due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Eric Mendoza leads off for your Dodge City A's. He got caught looking his last time up. Takes the first pitch. He sees for ball number 1. Sam Fisher still on the mound for
The Rough
Riders. Eric Mendoza with no official at-bat average. Pitch.
That's a good 90. See?
A high chopper, but Eric Mendoza only out by about a step.
You got to love hard 90s. Even on balls that are not put hard in play, you know what? You got to run hard. And that means a lot, especially as a coach, as a teammate, senior guy out there working. You know, he missed a pitch, but guess what? The one thing you can control, how hard you run.
Indeed. In steps Shannon Martin. He flew out his last time up. Martin also with no average so far on the season.
We also have another righty in our bullpen. I do not know who that is. I cannot tell.
Looks like Remington Miller.
Oh, you can tell by the arm angle with him. Let's see.
Yep, it's Remy.
That's 100% Remington Miller, another hometown hero.
The 1-0 count on Martin. Right down Broadway, evens a count at 1 apiece.
You know, and that's why you get 3 strikes. You know, if you're not looking for that, you just say no. You know, you want to hit something straight. You want to hit a fastball. You don't want to have to hit that until you have 2 strikes, or you're looking for it. See, just like that. Got his fastball. Yeah, but when you get that fastball, you can't miss it.
Yeah. Well, and I was talking to Remy after the game at Hayes the other night. Of course, came in his first at bat, got a hit. His next at bat, he strikes out, and he goes, yeah, I was looking for fastball. His fastball didn't have that much velo on it, but he threw one of those sinkers, and it came in and just went, whoop, dropped right off the plate.
Oh, yeah, that's why as a pitcher, everything you got to throw has to look like a fastball because that's what everyone's looking for. If you go out there and it pops out of your hand and they can just automatically tell it's a curveball, they're just going to take it.
Another hard 90 fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first in time and back-to-back groundouts. And it's 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Turns the lineup over to Nyan Hayes. Hayes was hit by pitch his last time up. You know, Nyan Hayes still looking for his first hit of the season, has scored 1 run.
No, he got that little bloop out in the first.
Correct, he did.
That was his first bloop. And sometimes that's all it takes is a little bloop. And, you know, and the thing with him, even though you only got 2 out, you already have 2 outs, you know, you get this guy on, guess what? He's still in second, and he's still in third. He's going to tell you about it, and there's nothing you can do. He's just one of those guys that is going to look at you and say, beat me, and you just can't.
1-0 pitch coming from Fisher. Called strike and evens a count at 1 apiece. Work down in the bullpen now for the Rough Riders.
They got a right-hander, tall, lengthy dude. Another inside pitch. You know, those feet don't move. You get hit, you take your free 90s.
I want to say it is Wyatt Morwood down in the bullpen.
Man, you have some great Hawkeyes to be able to tell that. My goodness.
I have a pair of binoculars, too.
Oh, I see. Someone comes prepared. I, myself, did not. I was told I was going to be up here, and I'm making the most of it.
2-2 the count on Hayes. Fisher comes set. Hayes fouls it off, and we'll do the 2-2 over again.
You know, one thing I've not gotten used to is how humid it is over here. Yeah, humidity
You talk
doesn't
about
exist.
humidity, and it's generally not this humid in Dodge City.
You know, I was also told that it doesn't rain that much in Dodge City. Every day I've been here, it has rained.
No, it hasn't.
Or at least like some little sprinkles, little showers, something.
Hayes fouls that one off to stay alive again. We did, in all fairness, Dodge City got about 5 inches of rain in 2 days, right as all of the players reported. Of course, our first official practice of the season, we get rained out before we can even get on the field.
Oh, yeah, I had to go to the indoor facility at the high school, which is actually beautiful. I was surprised. That was an amazing facility for a high school. And, you know, I flew in that Saturday. Man, flying through thunderstorms, terrifying to say the least. I called up my mom, and I said, Mom, can we go 17 hours in a drive? I'd rather do that than this. It was terrifying up there. And, you know, the little planes that they fly from Denver to Liberal to Dodge City, man, those things are older than me.
Hey, now. We have some nice stuff out here.
Oh, beautiful. A lot of great stuff. But that flight, though, whew, scary, terrifying. Oh,
Hayes takes that one. It is foul. It was high enough, and it very well could have been long enough, but it was not straight enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the 4th straight foul pitch for Nyan Hayes. He's doing everything that he can to keep his team in this one, trailing 3-2.
Still a great AB. You got to grind him out. You know, you keep on grinding. You fight for that full count. Who knows? Might give him a free pass, and next thing you know, before you know it, he's on third.
10th pitch of the at-bat coming. That is an AB.
That is a great AB. That is a team AB.
Payoff pitch.
High
fly ball. It is going. It's going to twist foul.
My goodness.
It was well out of the ballpark.
So that's when you're looking for a fastball. You get it. Your eyes light up. You're a little too early. You know, you got to sit back and wait on that fastball. But that's what he was looking for, was a fastball up.
You think there was a twinkle in his eyes?
Oh, my goodness. That thing looked amazing.
We'll do the payoff over again. Here it comes.
And
it's
a foul
fouled off.
That is a great AB. No matter which way this AB goes, this is a great AB. Like, no matter what, how it ends, great AB.
Yeah.
Wasting a lot of pitches from this pitcher. This pitcher's getting frustrated. You know, it's a lot easier to smack just a flick a ball foul than to constantly have to be in the zone.
12th pitch of the at-bat. Fisher delivers, and it's fouled back again. Nyan Hayes has fouled off 7 pitches since evening the count at 2 apiece.
So people just want it more, and he wants it right now. You know, you don't have these type of at-bats unless you want it, unless you want the fight. You know what I mean? It's easy to go down. But to stay up there and keep your nose in there and dig in, dig your heels in and not give up, it means a lot, especially as a teammate. Seeing your guy out there fighting for you.
That pitch fouled off yet again. 8 foul balls
8, whatever 8 times 7 is. That's how much money we almost just lost on this one AB if we don't get him back.
Little mathematician over here.
It's a lot of money. That's a $100 at bat.
Yeah. Baseballs are not cheap anymore as Nyan Hayes will draw the walk.
That is a great AB.
14 pitches to draw a walk.
Man, that hurts on the mound. If you just threw 14 pitches.
And you just.
He threw less than 14 pitches to get the first 2 outs.
Right.
You know, when you extend an inning, when you do that, and, I mean.
He's up to 95 pitches right now.
I think the world knows what's going to happen right now. The world knows he's going to steal. There's nothing you can do about it.
Grant Weiserman steps in. He's 0 for 2. And the first pitch on the outside edge for strike number 1. Grant coming into tonight had 3 runs on 5 hits. A throw over to first, and you know what's...
You got to keep him honest. Even with 2 outs, he's still deadly on the bases.
One and one the count on Weiserman.
You know, Weiserman was actually able to get playing time at his Westmont College, and he's a true freshman. You know, that's a statement out there when you get to play as a true freshman. And Westmont is no joke either. They were NAIA national champions. And just like I said, guess what? He's going to steal, and there's nothing you can do about it. Swing
and a miss, but stealing second is Nyan Hayes, and the count runs 1 and 2.
You know, what we need right now, just a little choke and poke, get a little bloop over the second baseman. Nyan will be in there standing up.
Little bloop fly out into center field. Take it.
Something. Grant's also one of those guys that'll ground out an AB. He loves being in that batter's box. You know, it's a fight at the bat rack with him. He always wants to be up. He always wants to be, you know, in the action, getting it done. Look at that. Second base is keeping him honest, pretty much upright up the middle.
There he finally retreats to his position. Grant pops that one up. It's high.
Hey, with the wind dancing, you never know.
You never know. The shortstop, Dalton, able to haul that one down. That will end the inning as the A's strand another one. We're headed to the top of the 5th inning. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, fans, it was the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. Mustard coming through and tying it up with hot dog at 2 apiece. Ketchup, unfortunately, still not on the board.
Guess what? Ketchup, it's got some catching up to do.
Ketchup has some catching up. Gabe Dalton steps in for the Colorado Rough Riders. He is 1 for 2, flew out his last time up. Jake Vassell still on the mound for the Dodge City A's as that pitch in for ball number 1.
Oh, Jake on the extreme third base side of the rubber.
He's about as far over as you can get and still be on the rubber. Enough. The 2-0 pitch.
Yep.
Ooh.
You know, sometimes the ball catches too much white, too much plate. The umpire gets surprised. He couldn't believe it.
3-0 the count.
Yep.
Catches enough of the outer edge of the zone there to be called a strike. 3-1. And like you talked about earlier, Jake working with a rapid pace, and sometimes those are fun, and it also changes up the perspective of batters as well.
Oh, yeah, when you can't get into rhythm, you're, oh, my God, this guy's back on the mound again. Got to get going, you know. Oh!
Swung on and missed. Dalton goes down on strikes.
3-0 to 0-3.
After going up 3-0 in the count, he swings and misses. And
you know, that's what it looks like. You know how when our batters get up there and have a 14-pitch AB, not giving up? That's what it means to not give up as a pitcher. You don't want to give up that leadoff walk. It starts with 1, and he got it.
Yep. And did it in 6 pitches.
And if you look out, we have Garrett right here. It's selling a 50-50 raffle. I think he just made a sale.
Max Muley at bat for the Colorado Rough Riders, 0 for 1 with a walk. So that's another thing that we talked about. We've talked about it in some of the other broadcasts, the 50-50 raffle. It's another way that the A's players get to get out and interact with the fans.
And it also means a lot to us as players that you're helping support us. You know, at the end of the day, we're strangers. This is my first week here. It's officially 7 days.
Yeah.
No one knew me before this, and yet they're out here giving money because I sold the 50-50 yesterday. You know, they're giving me money. They're supporting me. And, you know, it means a lot that, you know, this town may be small, but the love they have for this team is immeasurable. That's
Indeed.
the way that I like to describe this town to people whenever they ask me.
Yep. 1-2 the count. Actually, 2-2.
Well, I know they have 2 strikes. Could have swore it was 2-2.
I thought I saw 2-2, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
You know what happens? We're human. I love telling out the umpires, too. It's so passive-aggressive. You know, telling an umpire, it's okay, man. You're human. Mistakes happen. What is he going to do? What is he going to do to you? Tell you no? You know,
That pitch down in the dirt gets away from Isaiah.
It's one of the few
and
times
Jake-
you'll probably see that.
Jake
Jose.
stepping back and say, yeah, that's on me. The pitch swung on and missed. It's foul tipped.
Into the glove of Isaiah Velasco. Jake 2 for 2 on the Ks.
That brings in Aaron Kidd. Kidd 0 for 2, flew out his last time up.
You know, in these type of innings, you know, get the hitters pumped up too. You guys just go up there, throw some strikes, get 2 strikeouts, let's get back in, let's hit, boys.
Pitch missing low for ball 1. The A's scored 1 in the second and 1 in the third. The Rough Riders 2 in the second and 1 in the fourth. Pitch is chopped. It's going to go foul, and that will even the count at 1 apiece.
You know, those free 90s, they hurt a lot. You look at the scoreboard, the Rough Riders have 1 hit, and yet they have 3 runs.
3 runs on 1 hit, 1 error. The A's 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors.
Errors hurt, man. They do.
Pitch missing just a little bit high makes it 2-1. And you talk about the support of the community. It really does take a village to put on what we do with the Dodge City A's. As that pitch is called a strike, you know, there's so much that goes into this, from being able to use Cavalier Field. It's a city field. The city actually owns this facility. It's not the colleges. It's not anyone else.
3 for 3, 3 straight strikeouts. My goodness, Jake, you're a damn good man.
Jake strikes out the side, and that will send us to the bottom of the 5th. The A's trailing 3-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Tyler McAvoy set to lead off for your Dodge City A's.
T-Mac up there. Always got a good eye.
And a new pitcher on the mound. It is the righty Wyatt Morwood. Tyler with 3 runs on 3 hits so far this season, as that one's chopped to the shortstop, throw to first in time, and 1 away. So as we were talking about, we'll get this one in. Nate Murphy stepping up. He's 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. Nate with 3 runs and 3 hits scored 3 runs scored and 3 hits.
And one of those hits was a bomb yesterday. Got it up in the air, got it up in the wind, and let his hair flow all the way around the bases.
So 1-1 the count, but we were saying it really takes a village to have the Dodge City A's here for the summer. And a lot of that is the advertising that we do, the advertisements that you see run in between innings. Those are our sponsors, and we can't thank our sponsors enough for what they do to providing monetary support, and even some of our other sponsors like Kirby Meat Company, who does all of the hamburger patties for us for the season. So they take the meat that is part of the Cargill package and then patty it up for us, so that way we have hamburger meat at the concession stand to do hamburgers. And then there's our host family program that is run by Wendy Barnett, and our host families that just do an awesome job at taking in the players and doing different things, from cooking meals and laundry and letting someone live in their home that they don't even know coming into this.
Yeah, no, you use the word family there, but that's honestly the best way you could describe it. I put in my thing, you fill out a form. So I just want to be with someone that makes me feel like I'm a part of their family. And, the lady that I've been blessed with, Miss Sarah, she genuinely makes me feel like I'm part of her family. Like, I can see myself staying in contact with her much. Oh, Blue, take me out to dinner first.
They say he went around. They appeal down on the check swing, and there again, I'm not sure about that one, but it is called a strike, and that will send Nate Murphy back to the dugout. He goes down swinging, brings in C.D. Sharples, who singled his last time up.
Man, that hurts. That hurts. Runner at first with 1 out versus 2 outs, nobody on, completely different inning.
Yep. C.D. with 1 run on 2 hits so far this season, coming into tonight, as that one's low for ball 1, gets away from the catcher.
Well, and to harp back on that, yeah, Miss Sarah, she's been awesome. Genuinely, I feel like I'm a part of her family. And, even though she does cook me all the meals, she does, do the laundry, it's just allowing me to be in her presence and allowing me to be in her humble abode. And it means a lot to me, especially because, things aren't cheap out here. They don't have to do this. They're doing this out of the kindness of their own heart.
Indeed. Our entire host family program is just, I would almost say it's second to none. These families, they come in, they cook meals, and they don't just cook meals for their players. They come in, they also provide throughout the season, a family each game will cook a meal for the entire team. So, we get to go eat a meal after every game.
Oh, yeah, and they're not bad meals either. Like, this isn't like, lunchtime at your high school where you're just getting some slop. Like, no, these are
called foul.
Good
on
rip,
a
though. Good
rocket
barrel.
up the first base side.
But, yeah, yesterday we had Sloppy Joes, I haven't had Sloppy Joes since I was a child. It brought me really back, to when I was a kid. And, my awesome mom, Sarah, she's actually the one that's cooking today. She's got garlic Parmesan chicken with pasta.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, the people in the box next to me heard it, too, and they give me a little whoop-whoop.
The payoff pitch misses high, runner on with 2 away, and that brings in Mr. Isaiah Velasco, who is 0 for 1. He walked on his last time up. Isaiah on the season comes into tonight 1 run on 2 hits. All that one down. That will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 6th, a 3-2 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. The Dodge City High product, Remington Miller, takes over the mound for your Dodge City A's.
You talk about all hands on deck. These last two pitchers, Remington Miller and Jake Bassel, first base and second base respectively. So, when you want to win, when you love your teammates, you go out there and you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Remington coming out of the pen firing 2 straight strikes. That you love to see. Hop back on the mound, ready to pitch for the batters even in there.
Connor Griffin at the plate, 0 for 1, struck out swinging his last time up. He fouls that one off, and pitch in and low gets away from Velasco for ball 1.
Don't toy with your food, Remy. Just go eat, dog. Don't worry about it. Yes.
Oh, that
broken
sounds like
bat.
a broken bat.
And
Slow roller
CD
down to
being an
first.
athlete.
CD taking the 3U out, beating it out on the foot race. And how about that? The first out.
Got some firewood on the first out.
It sounds like a broken bat.
It
They're
definitely
looking
is.
at it.
It's definitely broken.
So by tally, even though it's not our bat, there are now 3 broken bats on the season.
Jake's my roommate, and he broke his bat, and I was talking with him about it, and he was like, I thought I barreled it, and then next thing you know, the barrel itself is
Flying.
out to the shortstop. It went further than the ball that I actually hit.
Yep. So Will Gizrell, the catcher up for the Colorado Rough Riders, 0 for 0 so far, has walked both times he's been at the plate. Down in the count, 0-1, and there is that curveball that catches the outer edge of the zone, and down in the count, 0-2.
Oh, Remy's ready. Look at that. See, that's what we're talking about. Don't play with your food. Just go out there and eat.
The fastball.
Oh,
grounded.
beautiful stop by Mora.
Throw to first is not going to be in time, but bodying it up is CD.
That's perfectly fine. You're throwing strikes. If he gets hit in those little holes, and so be it. They got a little seeing eye signal.
And that's one of those holes. It was hit. You talk about it. It was hit very deep in the hole.
Yeah, and there's not really much more it can do unless he's throwing the ball 105 across the diamond. But
Exactly.
I don't think we're doing that here. That's just me.
Exactly.
But it was still an extremely athletic play to even get to that ball and stop it. Because who knows? Maybe the ball dies out and left, and he gets to second base. Anything you could do to minimize.
Well, and you heard, I don't think you were here the day, but I was able to talk with all of the fielders on a day of practice and told them, the ball does die here at Cavalier Field. It gets into the outfield. The grass is a little bit shorter right now, but, the grass gets a little more luscious and taller, and it will die.
Oh, yeah, and it's also hard to run out there sometimes in the outfield, That grass is thick.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
2-0 count now to Marco Paluzzi, who walked on his last time up.
So you can't let a little base hit like that rattle. You just got to get right back in the strike zone and start firing more strikes. Let him hit it again. Who knows? Maybe this time it'll be right at Mora for a ground ball double play.
1 away for the Rough Riders as that pitch misses a little bit low, and it's now 3-0.
Yep.
Right down the middle. There you go. 3-1 the count. Runner on with 1 out.
Yep. Yeah, get back in the box and hit there, bud. Some kids look for the walk. Don't like that. Go up there and hit. You're out here to play ball, not to walk.
Payoff pitch coming from Miller. He stands on the first base side of the rubber.
Do it to him,
Has his
Remington.
sign.
Ooh.
Oh, it is a walk.
That looked really close to me.
It was close, and we have seen calls made on that side of the plate. It was just far enough off to not be called a strike.
See, now they're in business. You got first and second, only one person out. And then you got a good righty-lefty matchup right here, too. Roll me over to first base. Or, hey, that'll work, too. Oh! Misplayed out there at second base by Shannon. Maybe he didn't see it properly off the bat. Maybe it took a weird hop. but it gets out there to right field on what should have been an easy out.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to rule that one an error.
He never even touched it. He never touched it. He misjudged it. The ball hopped weird. Something he's looking at Remy, saying, my bad. You know, it happens. It's baseball. We're human.
Yeah.
You're giving that an error, Mr. Scorekeeper?
You don't think he got glove on it? Because he was close.
It was a mental error. It wasn't a physical error. You know, ultimately the power's in your hands, but as of right now, they are cooking. Bases loaded with only one person out.
Let's give it a hit.
Give it a hit.
Pitch.
Low for a ball.
Low. 1-1 the count on Cannon Frost. Back at the top of the order for the Rough Riders. Frost flew out his last time up.
And a foul ball.
Fouls that one off, down in the count 1-2.
What are you offering? Another ball down and away.
2-2 the count on Frost. Bases loaded with one away.
You know, this is why that first out is always so important. You're in a dire situation right now. There's bases loaded, but you got 2 strikes on the guy, and you have 1 out. You're still 1 pitch away. Frame it. Oh.
Count runs full to Cannon Frost, the payoff pitch.
Oh.
And there again, I mean, it looked good. It looked like it was over the plate, but it could have been. Again, from this angle, it's hard to tell.
That one was
height.
low. That one was definitely low. You saw how Velasco had to drop to his knees to block it. So, yeah, that was a ball. That was low.
So they walk a run in, bases loaded with 1 away, and this is a conversation just between Spear, Velasco, and Miller.
Yeah, I think this one's actually a baseball talk. There's nobody warming up. It's one of those things, hey, man, you know, get out of this. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah. So the Colorado Rough Riders have 4 runs, 3 hits, and an error. We, the A's, have 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors.
Correct.
We are in the top of the 6th with bases loaded, 1 out, with Wes Miller, the third baseman, at the plate.
Wes Miller 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out his last time up, and the pitch delivered outside for a ball.
You know, if I would have gone out there to talk to him and said, hey, man, remember what you did at the beginning of the inning, how you're just throwing strikes? Just keep on doing that, you know. 2-0 the count. Hitters in the driver's seat right now. Definitely looking for something middle. Gets it, rolls over, foul to the left-hand side.
Fouls it off to Miller's high school teammate, Eric Mendoza, down at third base. That one's fouled off again to the third base side, and just like that, that evens a count at 2 apiece.
You know, when you see that, some guy chopping the ball like that to the left-hand side past third base, you know he's early on it. Give him something on the outside. Make him
just
wait
like
on
that.
it. Nyan Hayes, not enough room to make the catch. But yeah, you see that he's really early on it. You know what? Hey, let's make you wait even longer. Hey, let's maybe throw you something even slower on the outside corner. Make him adjust.
So the count remains 2-2 on Wes Miller.
And another
one.
ripped foul. Oh, almost hits our bullpen catcher, Dominic Roberts, who's taking Garrett out there, the right-handed Garrett, to warm up. And another fight from this batter. Getting reminiscence of Nyan Hayes out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is an extremely crucial AB right here.
Yeah.
Bear down, Remy. You got him.
Remington Miller on the mound. Wes
Great
Miller
job.
at the plate as he strikes out swinging, and now 2 away. Brings up Gabe Dalton. Dalton struck out swinging his last time up.
You know, when you have innings like this, you know, the damage has already been done. Minimize, minimize, minimize. So far, they've only scored 1 run, and that's manageable. That's handleable. Good job. Way to get ahead.
So the A's have a little bit of work to do, trailing this game 4-2. As
yes, you did.
That pitch.
You know you did. Ooh. Can't fault the umpire for that one. He has no angle over there at second base, so he can't tell. But, I mean, it looked like a strike overall rather than just on the swing.
It looked like a strike from this angle, but there again, that pitch fouled up the third base side.
Got him down 1-2. Remy's in the driver's seat right now, but you can't toy with your food right now. You got bases loaded. You can't make a wild pitch, you know. But you do have Isaiah Velasco back there, so you kind of have a little bit of freedom to go do what you want to do.
Goes outside and low with that one. Evens a count at 2 apiece.
Yes, get him, freeze him. Oh, you know, some of these batters, I think they like window shopping because they like looking. They don't buy much.
True. Another payoff pitch coming from Miller. Has his sign and set. Delivers it. Swung on and missed. Gabe Dalton not happy with himself as he'll go down swinging for the second time, and that will send us to the bottom of the 6th. It is a 4-2 ball game. Mora, Mendoza, and Martin due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Zach Moore leading off the bottom of the 6th for your Dodge City A's. Wyatt Moorhead back on the mound.
1 pitch, 1 out. Oh, bobble.
Shortstop bobbles it, but still throws to first in time, and 1 pitch, 1 out. Not what the A's were necessarily looking for.
I mean, that guy took a really quick to warm up. I only got a few bites of my cheeseburger, you know? So this guy likes to be out there and throwing quick. Look at him. He's already back on the mound, already set before our guy's even in the box.
Eric Mendoza up. Grounded out his last time up. Takes first pitch he sees for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Catches the inner part of the zone now. Makes it 1-1.
You got to win the ones. It's the most important count. You got to win the ones. Give me a hard 90.
Chops that one to third.
Oof. 3 pitches, 2 outs. I mean, it's efficient. Don't get me wrong, but just we would like it the other way.
Yeah. Brings in Shannon Martin. Martin's 0 for 2. Grounded out his last time up. So the A's with 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th, trailing this one 4-2 each.
So if you're Shannon right now, you're taking this pitch. Even if it's a cookie, you're taking it.
By far.
Got to take it. Got to give your pitcher some rest. Give him a breather. You know, that's a big mental thing for a pitcher as well. You just sat down. You just got your drink of water. You just look up, and next thing you got to go.
Yeah. Well, and not just that, but then you have the opposite effect where your offense is out there going and going and going, and all of a sudden you have a big inning and your pitcher's going, I'm getting cold now. So he's got to go down to the bullpen and start warming up just to stay in a rhythm.
But it's a dang good feeling, though, sitting on the bench going, my guys just gave me 6 runs of run support. You know what? That
Indeed.
pitch that I had to spike my slider, you know what? Maybe I can make it a fastball that's paint on the outside corner. Oh, he hits it rather than misses it. You know, it's a lot easier that way. Line drive to third baseman, and third baseman snags it out the air. Tough luck for Shannon Martin, but it is a barrel, and we'll take a barrel all day.
So 1, 2, 3 for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the 7th. We're headed, or bottom of the 6th rather, we're headed to the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Remington Miller's back on the mound, faces Max Muley, who's 0 for 2 on a caught foul tip his last time up. 2 straight out of the zone, and the count runs to 2-0.
You know a pitch is right on the plate when Zay has to turn around and ask the blue, are you sure where that's missing? Are you sure that's missing?
Well, I'm not too sure, but there might have been a warning issued at the dugout saying that was enough.
I mean, hey, you signed up to be an umpire. You know what it's like, especially when you make a bad call.
Three 1 pitch.
Ooh.
Misses high.
You know, do we have a good optometry place in Dodge City?
There are.
Okay, I think we should get this guy an appointment. And the great thing about being up here rather than the MLB is that they can't find me for that comment.
We have some dental sponsors. Maybe we need to get a vision sponsor.
We need some vision sponsors, excluding the umpires, I guess, because, wow.
So Aaron Kidd steps in. He's 0 for 3, struck out swinging his last time up.
That hurts as a pitcher. You're making good pitches, and they're not calling it. You think, what do I got to do to get this guy happy?
This umpire's definitely not loving the upper part of the zone.
He's trying to turn his jersey into lemon juice because he's squeezing them.
That pitch is swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1 apiece. That one's low. Gets away from Isaiah. The throw down to second.
Ooh, good
Shannon
stop
Martin
by
making
Shannon.
a nice snag just to keep it on the infield.
We had 2-1 to count. This is a pretty important pitch, Remy. He's dancing over that second base. He wants to steal. Probably timing him up. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw this guy go in the next 2 to 3 pitches. Isaiah over there being a leader, going to calm down his pitcher. Let him know, hey, man, you got this. Throw some strikes. You're the one with the binoculars. I'm not. Oh, I think that's Garrett. Yeah, that should be Garrett.
Yep.
In the pen. He's the right-handed pitcher. What's
No,
his last
that's
name?
Preston.
That's Preston?
Yep.
Oh, you're the one with the binoculars, not me.
The freshman from Iowa Lakes Community College, Preston Roberge, down in the bullpen rather, for the Dodge City A's. A 3-1 count on Aaron Kidd as we go back to work, and that one's chopped up the middle
placed
to Shannon Martin. The throw to first in time, and that will be out number 1.
Martin perfectly placed for that ball. Right up the middle, played the shift well. You know, there's also like times like these where, well, let's see how do they want to cut him down at home? They do. They'd rather get an out at home than sacrifice an out. But it makes sense.
The entire infield moving in, and that pitch misses for a ball.
You know, once it starts getting to the latter half of the game, the 7th, 8th, and 9th, you really got to start trying to cut down those runs. You can't trade an out for a run. That is probably that's more than deep enough to score a run. We got 2 down now, but a run has scored. But, oh, they're going to check. Did he leave early? He did not. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the fans are not happy in the slightest.
Let's give us a little more crowd mic action.
Hopefully there's no fines for some less than stellar language.
You can hear it. The fans expressing their displeasure. Will Gisrell at the plate. 2-0 the count.
Our fans have our back. It's one of the things that's, feels good knowing that the fans got your back.
He singled his last time up, the 2-0 pitch coming from Miller.
I think he's doing it on purpose now. I think the blue likes the attention. Sometimes when you put on that umpire uniform, you got to understand it's about you.
It is about you.
The game is about the umpire, because, oh, you know what? Maybe he wasn't acting selfish on that pitch, but,
I mean, a called strike on the inside edge, and this is where it gets tough as pitchers, because then you don't know, is the strike zone going to be there or not? Is that one's fouled off and the count runs full? But it's tough for batters, too, because you never know if something on the outside edge is going to be called or not. It keeps everybody off balance.
Ball up the middle. Mora, smooth. Makes a perfect throw
like
first.
butter, and there is the final out of the inning, but the Rough Riders score another. They lead it 5-2. It is stretch time in Dodge City. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Nyan Hayes set to lead off for the Dodge City A's, and
did the blue call that a ball? I'm not going to lie. I wasn't paying attention for that pitch.
I wasn't either.
We'll see. That's definitely a strike.
I'm going to guess that the count is 1-1.
Are you a betting man?
Yep. Pitch inside, and the count runs to 2-1. There it is. We are correct. 2-1.
Yep.
2-1 pitch misses low, and
You know what, Blue? Maybe I was a little too hard on you. You know, you might be blind, but you're blind equally. Oh, that's a foul ball. You know, if Blue is bad, it hurts. But if he's consistently bad and he's equally bad,
But it's being consistent.
it's being.
I don't mind that there being variations in the zone as long as it's consistent.
Yeah, like that pitch that he took for ball 3, honestly, looked like to me a strike. But hey, what do I know? I'm not getting paid, Blue.
Yeah. Well, and like we've said before, it is hard to tell elevation a little bit where we're at.
Yeah, but as someone who plays the game, you know the zone. You know, you don't need it. Hard ball ripped.
Oh.
Shortstop takes it off the chest. Couldn't handle the heat. That is an error for the Rough Riders. Hey, sometimes it's all you need.
Sometimes it takes one to get it started. We've got a runner on.
That's the same as a leadoff walk. You got a free 90. You didn't earn that 90. You got it for free. Ooh. Weiserman at the plate.
Steps in. He's 0 for 3. Flew out his last time up.
Ooh.
He wears one. Well, there you go. Just like that, the A's have something going. They've got runners on first and second with nobody out. In steps Tyler McAvoy.
Team Mac looking for a big smack.
Tyler's 0 for 3. He grounded out his last time up. The A's have work to do. They're trailing 5-2.
T-Mac's got a pocket full of sunshine right now, and there's no sun out. Please be the light, T-Mac. Let's see what you got. I like making personal jokes. I know the guys.
First pitch, high at his head for ball number 1.
He's a big dude. I think he could tank that. Probably wouldn't even feel it. That's a free 90 as well.
Hey, we like free 90s.
I love free 90. If it's for free, it's for me. That's the motto. That's the code I live by.
1-0 pitch. Morwood takes a look back at second.
Hayes is messing with him. Oh!
High pop-up. It's on the infield. Giving chase is...
Infield fly has been called. That hurts. That really does hurt. Especially with runner at first and second, nobody out. You got to get him over. You got to do a job. Let's see if Mr. Murphy could have a team AB. What has he done today? Ball low. At his feet, Nyan's taking third. Nyan takes third. Now a runner in scoring position.
1-0 count.
Grant does not take second base. Maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he was caught watching Hayes and his speed.
And here comes head coach for the
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders, and they're going to have, they bring the entire infield in. They want to talk about something. So we'll take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors. The grandstand sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So as that mound visit is broken up, we're going to go to work. And Nate Murphy has a 1-0 count.
The big Murph. Let's see what he can do.
Morwood with runners on first and third.
Ball in. Good stuff. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Weiser get the wheels going, try to stay out of the double play. The wind is howling out there. You can see it in the flag. There goes Weiser.
And safely
And
with the stolen base at second. And we can hear the wind a little bit up here in the press box as well.
You know, 2-0. You're in the driver's seat. 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. Oh. Apologize for lacking on that.
3-0 pitch. Nate Murphy taking all the way on that one as it's called strike on the upper edge for 3-1.
Don't do too much. Just a base hit works. You don't have to tie up the game with a swing. No, do not believe so, Blue.
Or the pitch misses outside and we draw the walk. That loads the bases. The tying run now at first. Brings in C.D. Sharples, who represents the go-ahead run for the Dodge City A's. C.D. 1 for 1 in this ball game, walked on his last time up. A single and 2 walks. The free passes have been an issue on both sides of the ball.
Foul ball by C.D. Sharples. The pitch. Ooh. Keep your feet in there, bud. Get a free 90. Get an RBI. The 1-1 on the way. Chopped. Good 90s. Oh, he is safe at second base. Yeah.
Fielder's choice, and the A's have broken through.
Oh, yeah, that's where it goes. That's where you talk about the hustle and the want and the need. You know, if Murphy just sits out there and doesn't care and gets that lead out, we wouldn't be in the position we're in today. Are we giving that a hit?
It's a fielder's choice. They
All
tried to
right.
go for the out at second.
Okay, just making sure. But that's where those hard 90s come in. You know, him sprinting over there, making sure to beat out that ball. Velasco with a great piece last AB, just hung up in the air just a tad bit too long for the center fielder to get. Dodge down by 2. 5-3.
Dodge trade. Yep. 5-3. The tying run now at second base in scoring position, and that pitch misses low. Makes it 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. And the A's could have a big inning here.
It is brewing. No.
Velasco chops that one up the...
Oh, foul ball. Lucky, though. First baseman missed that one.
It was definitely foul. It was outside of the bag for sure.
You got a 1-2. Isaiah's got to stay short right here. Team ABs. Make some contact. Put a ball in play. And a ball from the bullpen of the Rough Riders has made its way all the way to the dugout of the Dodge City Athletics. And a strike of a throw across the diamond. Let's go, Zay. Attaboy, leave it up.
2-2 the count on Velasco. Flew out his last time up, got on an error, walked on and flew out. His night at the plate. 2-2 pitch from Morwood.
That's going to get a job done, even if it's that ball might fall. It's deep enough in left field for the runner, Weiserman, to tag. The A's are now within 1.
Sacrifice fly that was caught right on the foul line. So runners at first and second. The A's within 1. Zach Morris steps on. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out his last time up. Pitch in for a strike. Rough Riders scored 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. Your A's scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 2 in the fourth. The A's 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. The Rough Riders 5 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors as well, as that one gets away, and that will put the tying run just 90 feet away.
Mr. Murph's going to get... Uh-oh. He's toying with him right now. You know, if he gets a hit right here, you might see our dugout explode. Yeah, that'd be a real clutch hit. They'd go crazy.
It would be a major hit for the Dodge City A's, as it would tie this ball game.
Oh, that ball's floated.
It's double.
Oh,
it will be caught by the second baseman, Ethan Quinn. The A's leave 2. They're within 1. We're headed to the top of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Remington Miller back on the mound as he's set to face Marco Paluzzi. Paluzzi 0 for 0, walked on his last time up, and that one
is foul.
Goes foul.
You see the hustle by our catcher over there trying to get that ball in fair territory?
He was sure giving it a good college try.
It's a stormy looking night out here in Dodge. Wind is still howling to the left field.
The 0-1 pitch. Left high and a little bit inside for ball 1.
Yep.
The A's definitely want a quick 1-2-3 inning here so they can get back to work and swinging the bats, trailing by 1.
Not a bad pitch. Not a bad pitch. The 2-2 on its way. Fouled off by Paluzzi. Or Paluzzi? How would you pronounce that?
Paluzzi?
Paluzzi? Mr. Marco Polo. Foul ball by him. Oh,
a high
struck
fly
well, but way foul. Kid's going to get $1 off of that.
Someone's getting $1. There's a lot of dollars that go into foul balls here.
Oh, yeah. Kids love them, too.
Ooh. Isaiah sure wanted that one. He thought he had it. Pops up and says, hey, sorry about that.
Pleading his case with the blue. Remington thought he had it, too. He started walking around.
Payoff pitch swung on and missed, and that time it's definitely a strike, as that will...
You ever heard of the phrase, the ball don't lie?
That ball did not lie.
Ball did not lie, sir. That was a strike before.
In steps Ethan Quinn. He is 1 for 2 on the evening. singled his last time up. Takes that pitch a little bit high for ball one.
Oh, that was not as in as it looked. I can promise you guys that. The hitter jumped out of the way to try to make it look a lot more inside than it was. It was not. Oh, in the left field. Nate Murphy's en route.
Murphy.
Oh, turned him around. And he catches it.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
That was a normal fly ball. The wind got, and I don't know if you guys see it on the play, but Mr. Murphy out there was doing the salsa, but he ended up catching it. It might not have been pretty, but, man, it's an out. You know, it's little plays like that get the dugout fired up.
Indeed. Indeed. Cannon Frost takes a pull high. Cannon Frost 0 for 2 has walked on twice. 1-0 delivery, swung on and missed, and down evens a count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, this guy swings hard. He wants to win the game off of one swing.
Well, they're already winning the game, so swing a little easier. The 1-1 pitch.
That was out. That was out.
Misses off the outside edge, and
That one was out. I'll give it to you.
I'm not going to lie. I caught up. That ball had some movement.
Oh, yeah, it's a slider. That is a strike all day, and even twice on Sundays.
That was right down Broadway. 2-2 count. Miller set. Delivers outside, and the count runs full. The A's looking for their first win in conference action. That pitch fouled off and will do the payoff over again. Rough Riders come into tonight's game 3-0 overall in Rocky Mountain League play. That pitch is chopped up the third base side and hits foul. Cannon Frost working a longer at bat. 8th pitch of the at bat coming.
Ooh.
There's a ball on the outside edge, and that will bring in Wes Miller. Miller 0 for 3. He struck out swinging his last time up.
You know, you got 2 outs. You have a runner on first. Just go the easy way. Get some weak contact. You know, we can get out of this real easy, real simple. Get us back in there, hitting. You think they're throwing in the guy they're warming up in the bullpen? Got him, coach. Ooh, safe at second base. Shannon pleading his case. Do we have a ball on that one or a strike? What did the blue call?
I honestly didn't see it. I
don't know either.
The throwdown caught my eyes before I watched what happened at home. It was a strike. So on the 0-1, it is fouled off.
You can hear the stand shaking from the kids running to go get the foul ball. Not a bad decision. Just got to get a little lower. You got to make it enticing. You got to make the batter want to swing at it.
Make it look like that meatball sandwich.
Oh! That's why you always got to have a great secondary pitch. Can't sit on the fastball.
So Wes Miller goes down swinging. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. It is a 5-4 ball game. Mendoza, Martin, and Hayes due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Carson Johnson pinch hitting now for Eric Mendoza.
And swung and missed at the first pitch strike. And the second pitch strike. Got to cut it down right now. Make some contact. Don't have to tie the game up with a swing. Just get on base.
Johnson down 0-2. Morwood still on the mound for the Rough Riders as that pitch misses for ball number 1. The A's trailing 5-4. They have their final 6 outs to work with. Have to score at least 2 to win this one now.
Off
the end of the bat.
On the right. It is. Wait for the blue. Caught out and right. Diving play from the right fielder. Now we have Mr. Shannon Martin coming up. What has he done on the day?
Shannon Martin's 0 for 3. He hit into a line drive that was right back at the third baseman his last time up.
That is true. He did catch a barrel. It's just unfortunate. You know, when you hit the ball hard and it doesn't go your way.
Martin shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for ball number 1.
You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get to first base. You got to fight to get to first base. That's the phrase I like to use. And, you know, turning around, squaring the bunt, showing that. Oh, did you just
high fly ball? It's headed to left. Is it straight enough?
Oh,
no.
It's foul. Oh.
Martin was pleading his case all the way up the baseline, but it goes just foul.
It's a long strike. It's a long strike.
Long strike number 1.
And
a loud one, too.
Yeah, he's not throwing another hanging slider like that again on the inside
No.
half. You'd be lucky to get another hittable pitch, I'm going to be honest. You know, the second you see that, when the guy's on you like that, you just...
And another rolling ball coming from the Rough Riders bullpen.
It's a great thing about baseball is that we don't have a time limit. So they can do that all they want. Don't matter. We still got to play our 9.
True. We obviously are not playing with the 20-second pitch clock.
Oh, not even close.
Shannon Martin takes that one. It's a high fly ball headed down the right field side, but it will drop foul.
First baseman gave chase. 1-2 right now to Mr. Shannon Martin.
All right, Shannon, you figured out what is foul on the third base side and what's foul on the first base side.
Meet me in the middle, big boy.
Exactly. 1-2 pitch coming from Morwood as he takes a look back at his teammates.
Ball 2. Outside, not even close. And the 2-2
count. Chopped foul.
Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting, Mr. Shannon. Keep it alive. Ooh, down on a slider out. Throw from the catcher's high, but he gets right back on the base for out number 2. Strikeout of Shannon Martin.
Drop strike 3, and that will turn the lineup over to Nyan Hayes. Hayes 1 for 2, got on an error his last time up.
Had a 14-pitch AB, too, where he hit about 3 of them that could have gone for home runs, but just foul. Hopefully he can change his timing. He'll
Indeed.
Maybe he'll catch one on a barrel this time. That's fair. Ooh. All right, Blue.
Called strike on the outer edge. Not necessarily used to that one being out there, but nonetheless, called strike.
He wouldn't have done it twice.
1-1 the count to Nyan Hayes. Pitch chopped
Third
at
baseman.
the third baseman. The throw to first in time. That will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 9th. The A's trail 5-4. The A's have to hang a 0. They've got their final 3 outs to work with when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Yep, I'll be there just a second. Preston Roberge takes over the mound for your Dodge City A's, and he is set to face Gabe Dalton. Dalton 1 for 4, struck out swinging his last time up. The first pitch delivered inside for ball number 1. Roberge working from the first base side of the rubber. Delivers on the outer edge and evens a count at 1 apiece.
I think the fans have been getting to him. The Blue has not been calling that for the past 3 innings. And I think he's starting to call it. Either this man is. And another ball from the bullpen. That is 3 on the day. And if I had a nickel for every time it happened, I'd have 3 nickels. Which is kind of not a lot, but it's crazy. It happened 3 times.
And Isaiah might have been showing a little bit of frustration as he walked up there to get that one and throw it back to the bullpen. We'll go back to work. A 1-1 count. Pitch is fouled off. Down in the count, 1-2 is Dalton. Dalton single back in his first at bat, which would have come in the first inning. Has not been on base since. That pitch misses outside. 2-2 the count. A's looking to get a quick 3 outs here. They need at least 1 run to tie and send us to extra. 2 would be better to walk this one off. The 2-2 delivery from Roberge. Misses outside and the count runs full.
The payoff pitch. Right up the middle. Line drive for a base hit for Mr. Dalton.
Preston Roberge comes into tonight 2 2/3 innings pitched.
What's Mr. Muley done on the day?
Max Muley at the plate. He is 0 for 2, walked on his last time up.
Oh, little flare. Is it going to get
flare.
down?
Diving play by Grant Weisermans, and it is out number 1.
Things like that can get the offense jumping, too, when you come back inside. Great plays like that.
Grant Weiserman showing his running ability as he tracks that one down and takes it for out 1, and that will bring up Aaron Kidd. Kidd is 0 for 4. He grounded out his last time up.
They're on their 5th ABs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you're in your 5th ABs already, means and only 5 runs, it's a lot of left on base.
Both teams have stranded 9.
Wow.
That pitch is fouled off.
As a coach, that infuriates you having that many left on. It's more than 1 an inning. Pick off, no good.
Preston Roberge does not have an ERA at this point.
I swear if you just did the commentator jinx right now. Oh, ball to CD, foul.
Down in the count, 0-2 is Kidd. Has faced 12 batters, struck out 4.
He's already got this guy down 0-2 right here. Throw him a little slide piece.
Decides to check on Gabe Dalton at first. One and two the count to Kidd. A's looking for 2 more outs. As that pitch is fouled off. A's will be back in action again tomorrow night. They will host these Colorado Rough Riders for the final game here at Cavalier Field of the 3-game series before they go to Colorado. They will play the Rough Riders again on June the 18th. Pitch is fouled off again.
I just saw a lightning strike. Am I blind? Or did I just see it?
I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking either.
Well, the sky brightened up for a quick second, and I don't think anybody's popping off fireworks. The people in the other box are mentioning and a strikeout.
Strikeout there.
Down. Now, the people in the box next to me said they saw it, so therefore I am correct. I did see it.
Well, we're going to keep playing until they tell us we can't.
Oh, it's the 9th inning. You got to finish it. It can come down pouring right now, or it could be thunderstorming. Don't matter.
Connor Griffin steps in. He's 0 for 2, hit into a sac fly his last time up. 2 away with 1 on, and that one
Chopped foul.
Up the third base side for strike number 1.
Man, the humidity over here is no joke. Oh, some bark at the park action going on. I hear some dogs.
I hear it. I don't know where it's at, though. Throw back over to first, not in time.
Oof. I know you guys can't see it on the live stream, but it feels like we're in a bottle of syrup right now. It is sticky.
Thick.
It is a thick one coming on. Couldn't imagine having to play in it too.
Pitch low for ball 1, evens a count at 1 apiece. And unfortunately, you probably don't know this, but unfortunately when it gets this sticky, things usually don't go well.
In terms of?
Usually means we're in for some pretty ugly weather.
Well, you know what? My host mom has a roof, so I'm pretty good. My host mama has a roof and AC, and I got a fan, so I'll be sleeping good tonight.
Indeed. 2-1 the count on Connor Griffin. Pitch comes inside. And our game day manager, Danny, says that Lightning is 23 miles away. Pitch called strike.
23 miles away? So, sounds like we're going to finish our ball game.
We are going to finish this.
We're finishing our ball game.
Full count now to Connor Griffin. The payoff pitch as Roberge looks in, has his sign, and comes set. Payoff pitch delivers inside, and that will be a walk.
You know, it's really hard to pitch, especially when your hands get clammy like that. You know, I hope they put a rosin back out there because you got to do something.
There is one behind the plate.
Behind the plate?
Or behind the rubber.
I was about to say, what catcher's going back there and throwing up the rosin bag? You know what? Maybe that's what got in the Blues' eyes. Maybe it washed out by now.
Maybe. That brings in the catcher, Will Gisrell. He is 1 for 2, grounded out his last time up.
We got 2 outs, so, you know, just get a ground ball right here.
Swung on and missed, and
Isaiah's pumping up right there trying to throw somebody out. I mean, when you got 2 outs, you don't really need to do all that, you know. Just
focus on the guy at the plate.
Yeah. Hey, there's a 70% chance he's going to get himself out. You know what I mean? It's better odds than flipping a coin. And we have a pickoff attempt? No?
Nope. He spun around like he was going to try to pick off, but nothing doing. The count remains 0-1.
Oh, 0-2. Perfectly placed pitch on the outside corner. You don't have to get too fancy with it. Don't have to get too fine. Just throw it again. Just throw it again. If you stared at it one time, he'll stare at it again.
He obviously don't like it, so let's like it for a third time.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Missed. It'll be a drop strike 3. The throw down to set first to complete the out, and the A's are within 1. They're down to their final 3 outs. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Grant Weiserman set to lead off in the bottom of the ninth. He will face the new pitcher, Matthew Morbin, on the mound now for the Rough Riders. Swung on and missed does Weiserman. Down the count 0-1. He is 0 for 3 on the evening. He was hit by pitch his last time up.
You know, if there's anybody I want in the lineup up right now in the ninth, it is Grant. Because of... Did he catch it? Did he catch it? Oh! Great play up the middle by the
Thievery of
second
a base
baseman.
hit for the second time tonight is Ethan Quinn.
Oh, I thought I was going to get down. I really did. And another lightning bolt has been seen.
So that will bring up Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy's 0 for 4.
T-Mac is due for one.
Called out on the infield fly his last time up. A big swing and a miss. He's down 0-1.
Ooh, the wind is rocking. Our booth is rocking a little bit due to the wind.
Ball 1.
The 1-1 on its way. T-Mac swings through that one. Ooh, another lightning bolt has been seen. That's 3 on the day so far. Come on, T-Mac. Shorten up. Put a ball in play.
Pitch inside. Evens the count at 2 apiece.
Oh, that's a flare. It might get down. And shortstop has it.
The A's down to their final out. And Nate Murphy stepping up to the plate. Nate is 1 for 3. He walked on his last time up.
The big Murph with Murph's big stick. Let's see what he can do.
First pitch coming from Morbin. Inside edge for strike 1.
Ground ball to short. And that is the ball game. The A's lose 5-4, but it is a much more manageable loss than yesterday. It was a hard-fought game. Just got to cut down on the balls, on the free 90s, and gotta cash in on those runs. To the 70 viewers, thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day.
So we will do our final game wrap-up. Again, thank you for being up in the booth with us tonight. It has been a pleasure, Matthew.
Thank you, too, Mr. Justin.
So we'll take this opportunity. Let's take a look at our final game numbers as the A's fall 5-4. 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors for the Rough Riders. 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors for the Dodge City A's. The Rough Riders strand 11, your A's strand 9. That does it for game 2 as the A's fall to 0-2 in Rocky Mountain League play. They are 1-4 overall on the season and have to win 2 in order to split against these Rough Riders. So as we take a look at the night for the Dodge City A's, C.D. Sharples would lead off in the bottom of the second. He drew the walk and would come around to score on the error that was drawn by Isaiah Velasco, as he would get around on a pass ball and end up on third. So that would get the A's started on the evening. And then in the top of the third, Nyan Hayes would be hit by pitch before Nate Murphy would come in and drive him in with an RBI double. Then into the 7th, Nyan Hayes would lead off. He'd draw the error, followed by a Grant Weiserman's hit by pitch, and then a Nate Murphy walk would load the bases, and then a fielder's choice by C.D. Sharples that would score Nyan Hayes. A sac fly by Isaiah Velasco then would also score Grant Weiserman's. That would be the 4 runs for the Dodge City A's as they fall to 1-4 on the season. That will wrap it up. I am Justin Hergert, was alongside Matthew Chavez for the entire A's board and organization. We thank you for following along with Dodge City A's baseball, saying farewell and good night. We're back in action tomorrow night, 7 p.m. first pitch right here at Cavalier Field. Good night.